everything can't be important, or really nothing is. And it's up to you to figure out what's most important to you and your family. And I have a super secret 4-step way of uncovering what's most important to you and getting your kids on board too. Hi, I'm Teresa with Looking Glass Parent Coaching, and I am a coach and educator, and I'm also a brand new YouTuber. So if you're liking my content or you would like parenting advice and tips, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it, and it helps me on my journey, and I know that I will get better as we go along. All right, so this 4-step process, I want you to keep something in mind. Kid brains aren't developed. And when we were growing up, a lot of times our parents didn't have the compassion or the grace that we necessarily needed and absolutely deserved. But we can give that to our kids. We can be the cycle breakers that move forward and give our kids the things that we didn't have. So with that said, let's start with number 1. List all the habits that you want them to learn or the tasks you want them to be able to complete. Number 2, get clear on why they are important to you. So after you decide on what the things are that mean a lot to you, you're going to write down, hey, it's important to me because it's important to me that the kids get all their clothes in the hamper because I don't like to trip on them and it makes laundry day so much easier. Great. 3, break down the steps that it is going to take for you to teach them that skill or get them into the habit of doing that thing. Number 4, imagine what it will be like to walk your child through that process for days, weeks, and in the case of neurospicy kids or super young kids, sometimes it's even months. That's why it's so important to prioritize these things and not just try and teach everything all at once, because it ends up getting overwhelming to the kids. And even though they love you and they want to please you, they don't feel like they can keep up. So, all right. So now that you've done that, I want you to narrow it down. After you imagine what it is going to be like to walk your child through that process over and over again, whether you have to help them or walk them through it verbally or just supervise and give them reminders, is it worth your precious time and energy to do that? If the answer is yes, then that's a priority and you want to keep that on the list. Anything that you say no to, you want to toss out for now. I promise you, they're going to learn everything in time. You don't have to teach it to them all at once. So, all right. So once you've narrowed it down and prioritized, it's going to naturally order itself with the things that matter the very most to you, whether it's keeping dirty clothes off the floor or making sure that there's no food in the bedrooms or that a certain bedtime routine is followed. And then encourage. You want to focus on the things they're doing well and the things you want to see more of, and ignore the things that aren't what you want to see, because what we focus on grows. All right, so I've got a couple of bonus tips for you. First, when you do this, you're going to physically demonstrate or help them with the process the first time. The second time, you're going to narrate it and you're going to watch them do it. And then you're going to have them walk somebody else through it. So learn one, do one, teach one. It's a great way of learning. Also, if you've got neurospicy kids, or if something has a lot of steps or is only going to be done, say, once a week or once a month, erasable checklists are priceless. You can go ahead and just print out your checklist. It's nice if you can add pictures. It's super easy in Canva for free. And then you print it out, put it in just a sleeve, and give them an erasable marker just to make the checks. And tactile kids love this. Neurospicy kids love this. So super easy, very cheap, and very helpful. All right. Do it together when it's appropriate. Bonus tips. If things that you want them to have as habits for life, like the getting ready for bed routine and brushing and flossing your teeth. A lot of times we do that in private after the kids have gone to sleep. But if we do that with them, and if you're already doing that, kudos to you. We all have our strong suits and that's awesome. But if you aren't, and it's something that you can do with them and you're going to tell them it's important, I'm going to give you a little example here, then they're going to probably incorporate that into their everyday life and they're never even going to think twice about it. And it makes it really, really easy. If I wanted to do something like teach my child to check themselves in when they come home from school every day, say I want my child to come home and get a snack and do their homework, and then they can have their time. I would suggest as soon as you're starting to do that, maybe 4th or 5th grade, you're going to walk through that with them at first. You're going to create a checklist or even a little video checklist if you can't be there in person. That's a really great idea. If you can't be there and they need that little help to walk them through, then you don't have to do it over and over again. But I do recommend that at first when you're getting started that you actually physically do it, because this is about building relationships and it is about growing your kids into successful adults. And you being just there to support, model, mentor, and be is going to give them all of that they need to be successful adults. All right, you are doing a fantastic job. I'm super proud of you. Like I said, I'm doing this in one take, but I'm going to give you an example of a conversation that I might have with my child if I were teaching them every night that they need to put the clothes in the hamper. So we might go up to bed and I would say, so we're going to get our clothes, we're going to go to the bathroom, we're going to get changed, put our clothes in the laundry hamper, we're going to brush and floss our teeth, and then we're going to be ready for bed. It's very simple, very straightforward, and it's something that most kids can pick up pretty quickly, but this is how you're going to present it. I'm going to walk you through this because this is an important life lesson for you. And this is something that I do too. And I love to make sure that my clothes are in the hamper after I'm done with them because I don't trip on them, I don't spill anything on them, and also all of my favorite clothes get clean on the wash days so that the next time I want to wear something, it's ready for me. And I want that for you too. What do you think? Do you have any questions? And then answer their questions. Let them ask and just explain to them why it's important to you and why it should be important to them too. The more they can connect with the importance of the task or the habit, the more likely they are to incorporate it and then continue it on autopilot. The more you do this when they're younger, the easier the big kids are, and you can focus more on teaching them how to balance and how to have relationships and how to do more of those things. If when they're 4 to 10, you teach them how to clean the bathroom and make their bed. But it doesn't matter what's important to you. That doesn't necessarily have to be what's important to you. If you don't care about making your bed, you're not going to be able to make your kids care about making their beds. So if you're not doing it, don't make them do it. Also another bonus tip. And just be clear that you're modeling the things that you want to see. And I promise you, as long as you give them a good reason and you do it without making it seem like a drag, they're going to follow along. Next time, we're going to talk about a magical timing trick that is going to make starting any big milestone type tasks, learning to drive or learning how to get themselves up and ready for school without help on time. I'm going to give you a little trick that's going to help you make things just a whole lot easier. So if you're enjoying this content, please like and subscribe. I love having you here. And please remember, if I can do this, you can do this, and you and your kids are going to be so much happier for it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye.